Hi, I'm Mark Millar and I'm very proud to show you the new Korniche roof lantern. We're going to take you through exactly how it goes together. Our new packaging system has a few advantages. One, you can't damage the product with a Stanley knife when you open it. There's no plastic involved at all in the packaging, and it's all 100% recyclable cardboard. Every profile has this label on it, and this will tell you exactly where it goes in the build. It also has a reference number on it. If you have any problems, which I doubt, you can get back to us and we know exactly where that piece comes from. All you actually need to put the new roof lantern together is a mallet, a PZ2 bit with a T40 end, which comes supplied with the product, cordless screwdriver, a silicone gun, and a tube of silicone, all to fit the new roof lantern. This is all the components for our new roof lantern. When you're doing the survey to get your new roof lantern, we only need one dimension. We need the external dimension of the upstand, including the membrane. Then just send that back to us and we will deliver you the perfect product. So the first thing you'll notice when you take out your components is the first section has this new corner cleat, which actually means this all clips together. It replaces the use of zip ties and makes life a lot easier. What we've also done with the new Eaves beam is we've made it much more thermally efficient with it where this section is aluminium, and as we come around here, this is all the thermal break. This gives us a much more thermally efficient Eaves beam. But that is not the finished product because we have a glazing retainer that actually goes over the surface of that to give you that perfect finish. How easy is that? That's with the removal of the zip ties. This corner cleat makes it so simple. If you've selected the LED lighting system to go with your roof lantern, this is the time to fit it. There's a pre-drilled hole in every corner of the Eaves beam, and that makes it easier for you when it comes to selecting where your power supply is coming from. So this section of the LED lighting goes through that hole there, goes down into the transformer, which is then concealed within the flat roof. So we're just going to put this in at the moment. We're not going to stick it down because that doesn't happen until we close the four corners. So it literally sits in that outside bevel all the way down. It's a beautiful fit. I like that little lip under there. It just tucks it away really nicely. So when you come into the last corner, just take your light a little bit further, snip it off there, slide it underneath. Job done. So the next section of the build is putting the spider together. Now that it's slotted together, it's literally just gently tighten this together. You should notice that this here is the brand new one-piece Boss gasket, which goes down with the screw and completely seals everything in. Also, what's really lovely about the new roof lantern is the profile has been reduced by almost 50%. What's that mean? You get more light in. That's the spider ready. So take it up, drop it into position. So we need to put the central rafter in now, and then we can then tighten the whole structure up. It's now ready to be tightened up and fixed down. So Kev has gone round and fitted all the corner bolts, and if you notice, they were all fitted from the right hand side because this is the threaded side. So literally one in that way, one in that way, and carry on right round, and that's the corners connected. So the next thing to do is use our unique spa tensioning joint and take this bolt in, but don't over tighten it. You'll feel when it's just right. So before you actually screw the lantern down, check the edge alignment and that the corners are all square on your upstand, and then you're ready to screw it down. So right, what we're ready to do now is take the backing off the LED strip and stick it down. So that's in position. Pull that back, get it into the outside groove so that we're, remember, don't cover where the screws are. This opaque section here is the cover for the LED lights that go into the lantern. Now, if you had a white lantern, you would also use this here. If you have a black lantern, we do this in black, and if you have a grey lantern, we also do it in grey. And this literally clicks into place, but make sure that you start at one end, not in the middle. So the lantern's screwed down, the LEDs are in place, the covers are on. Now what you do is silicon the lantern in. And there's a silicon channel all the way around the bottom here. And you just literally run your silicon straight in there. Now, as you can see, this is a demo one. You would have your membrane up here at this point. So remember to check that you're using the correct silicon that matches the membrane. Ask your supplier what to use. So the next thing that I need to silicon is these little injector ports here. So I put the silicon gun straight in there, I fill it up with silicon, and that will push the silicon to everywhere it needs to go. And when it comes out the other side, you know you're complete. All the seals have actually been redesigned so that they overlap in the corner. This is going to give you much better weather protection. You'll notice this screw in the lantern. That is for positioning the glazing retainer because we have a notch out of it here. And as long as that notch goes over the screw, the glazing retainer is in the perfect position. This works exactly the same way as our last lantern. When you push it on, just make sure that it's equally spaced from both ends. Push it into place. Make sure the spacing is right. So fit in the unit, set it into the top, line it up so that it's with the retainers fitting that screw at the bottom. Just lift this a little bit and it clicks into position. So once the retainer's fitted, you'll notice this natural overhang. And that gives you exactly what you need. Remember, when you're ordering your lantern, it's the outside measurement of the upstand, including the membrane, and we'll do the rest to create this overhang. Something else we've done with the new lantern is we've redesigned the top cap. They're a much more contemporary design. There's a notch out of the top cap that goes over this PAS 24 security section, which means when this is clipped into place, that no one can open it up and remove the glass. So line them up. Top cap in position, lining the hole up, clicked into place, perfect. Ridge, centralize it, put it into the slot. That's it. So in there, then literally You've set that in, and then just till it meets the ridge. Okay, so we just put the top caps on, put them in place, done. So if you ever have a broken unit and you need to reglaze, we supply you with this little tool which slides up in here. You give it a tap, it releases the PAS 24 bolt, and then you slide this off and reglaze. Another thing that's different about the new lantern is we have a one-piece end cap, where before we had an inner one and an outer one. Put it into position. And finally, the end cap for the rafters. Same procedure, straight on, in place, done. So what's new and improved about our new lantern? Well, to start with, it's got a new spa tensioning system, slimmer contemporary looks. It's got an increased thermal performance. It's got a much better security protection. PAS 24 as standard. It's got faster, simpler installation. Integrated lighting. The aesthetics have improved. And on top of that, it all comes from an established supplier who cares.